4C gang, welcome to another episode with your boy. Getting time, cussing and content. 4C gang for life, baby. What? Don't judge me, judge your damn self. What up, what up, what up, my 4C gang? Cooking, comedy, cussing, and cocktails. Cooking, comedy, cussing, and cocktails. Cooking, comedy, cussing, and cocktails. 4C gang for life, baby. Yes, well, we are the original 4C gang, and we the baddest gang in these streets. Y'all know that. They can't handle us in these YouTube streets because we love it, we love it, we love it. We real, we raw. Baby, trust and believe. Anyway, you guys, I'm coming to you. You know, I happened to come across this story. And it just made me wonder, wow, how can a parent, no matter what your child do, how can you disassociate that motherly bond, that maternal bond from your child? Take a look and then I'll come back and tell you my opinion.
The mother of 19-year-old Antonio Hicks, charged with killing Air Force Sergeant Johnny Clyburn last Tuesday, is speaking out. She believes her son was simply jealous of the love she had for the decorated sergeant. Clyburn was engaged to Hicks' mother, and she calls her son a monster, wishing he could be sentenced to death for his heinous crime. 7 Action News reporter Kimberly Craig has the story.
It's hard to imagine any mother wishing her own son could get the death penalty, but Nicolina Pace says not many mothers have seen what she has witnessed.
To me, he's a monster. You were smart enough not to shoot yourself like that. You knew exactly what you were doing.
Nicolina Pace is talking about her 19-year-old son, Antonio Hicks, who allegedly shot the man she was so eager to marry, her soulmate, Air Force Sergeant Johnny Clyburn.
I think the devil was in Antonio, and I think he was jealous. I think he was jealous that he had to leave, because he knew he had to leave. We were planning a wedding. We didn't want you here. He knew he had to leave. And John was not going to take care of a grown man that wasn't even trying to help himself.
Nicolina says her fiance was her everything, their love like a fairy tale. And she says all John ever tried to do was help her son, who was never diagnosed with a mental condition. But she and John thought the 19-year-old had some sort of problem, and John tried to help him get on Social Security. But Nicolina says her son never followed through, and he resented that he was going to have to move to Florida to live with his father.
If he does have schizophrenia and mental illness, he gives those people a bad name. I don't even believe he has that. I just think he has the devil in him.
The day after Memorial Day, when Sergeant Clyburn got home from work, he was in the basement cleaning up something Antonio broke.
So John turned around to see what Antonio wanted. That's when Antonio shot him.
Nicolina says she started hitting Antonio. He left the basement, but then came back. What do you think made him come back downstairs?
Because I think he still thought John was alive.
And Nicolina does not waver when she says she wishes her son could get the death penalty.
Like a petition or something where he can get the death penalty and we can make an example out of him. And I would be the first person to put my signature at the top. I don't think he deserves to be here. He knew how in love we were. So why destroy it? It's like he walked away with something. Look what I took from you. He wanted to do this. I believe it was purposely done. I believe he thought about it. It was probably premeditated.
And to anyone who has ever loved John, Nicolina says she is sorry for what her son has done. On Detroit's East Side, Kimberly Craig, 7 Action News.
I came across this story and I was just flabbergasted. I could not understand how a mother could want to see her child put to death. I understand she loved her fiance. What that young man, 19-year-old, did was terribly, terribly wrong, taking someone else's life. She said he was jealous because he had to go live at 19, he had to go live with his father in Florida because the fiance didn't want to take care of a grown man. But my God, how can you disassociate yourself, that maternal instinct, from your child? To want to see them put to death. You know what? I'm sure I could understand if she said, look, I don't want to talk to him again. I'm done with him. But to actually see him not live anymore. Something was wrong way before that son shot and killed her fiance. You know, I can't stand when a mother, because I best believe, this is just my opinion, that boy felt like the husband, the fiance the mother was putting the fiance before the son. I felt that way sometimes, that my mother might have put a boyfriend before me. Never, I've wanted to kill some of them. If I thought I could do it and get away with it, I would have done it. And I know that's not right. That's just me standing in my truth. Wow. But for her to say that they need to do a petition so he can get the death penalty, and her signature would be the first name, that is a anger, a hatred that I just can't understand. I could never hate anybody that much, much less my own child. This story has just, I'm outdone. You know, it made me call my mom and say, I've had issues with my mom and boyfriend. They've been together 25. I beat him up. Oh, I beat him up. But I've never wanted to kill him. But I think if I had killed him, my mother, it might have took her a moment to forgive me, but she still would have talked to me, dealt with me. And the one thing my mother would have never done is want to see me dead. I don't think my mother would have ever been, she might have said, look, he needs to stay in there because something wrong with him. But she would have never said, look, I think he needs the death penalty, and I'm going to be the first one to sign the petition if we can do that. That means you have no maternal bond, no bond whatsoever with your child. She seemed a little crazy, even talking like that, which makes me understand that the son must have had a problem too. To do that, to go to that extreme, he had a problem. And then she says that he has mental problems. They was trying to get him to get some Social Security or whatever, SSI. So that meant you already knew that something was wrong. What is wrong with these parents nowadays to where they can disassociate themselves with their child like that? I'm going to tell you like this. I feel sorry for her losing her fiance. But what I will not do is condone her wanting to kill her son. It made me look at, you know what? I kind of see where he got the crazy from her. Because you're crazy if you want to see your child dead. I've never understood that. To carry a child for 9 months, to feel that growing inside of you. You know, me and my mother been through a lot of things. And I've seen her, the look in her eye like, if you wasn't my child. Where does that come in? If you wasn't my child. But you are mine. I brought you here. God gave you that baby for a reason. Maybe because he thought you could be the mother that could handle him. And y'all know, I don't even know what else to say about this story. All I know is I was just shocked listening to her talk about her own child like that. That young man is 19 years old. Hell, I didn't come into my own till I was, for me, it was late. My sisters and all of them were able to move out at 18, 19. I stayed home long as I can. And I didn't leave. Hell, I'll still go back home if I have to. Because I love my mama. A mother and a son's bond is just, it should be unbreakable no matter what. And for her to go on the, even if you, this is a real mother, even if you felt that way, why speak it out? I wouldn't speak it out. That's letting me know that you did love that man more than your son. You put that man before your son. I can see that. And I'm not condoning the son shooting and killing that guy. We don't know the circumstance of that. I don't, you know, I feel sorry for her and the son. And they're both in my prayers. Parents, love on your kids. Love on your kids. This puts me in the mind with Kirk Franklin and his son having a problem. And y'all don't know, the worst feeling and the most hurting feeling in the world is when your parents turn their back on you. Has there been times I feel like my mama turned her back on me and wasn't speaking to me? Yes, but it was for my own good, I believe. But in my darkest days, I'm sure my mom was going to be there. If I was out and just didn't have nothing, I could go to her house and cry and lay on that floor, baby. I bet you my mama would let me in that house. I bet you that motherly instinct in her would kick in. I'm just outdone. Well, this is your boy Cooking with Comedian Michael Allen. That story it got me. It got me. They're both in my prayers. All right, I'm out, y'all. Peace. Love on your kids.